Hello friends. Now we'll discuss about the conductance of electrolytic solutions. In the lower classes, we've discussed about the Ohm's law. And according to Ohm's law, we can say V is equal to IR, where V is the potential in volt, I is the current in ampere, and R is resistance. Clear? Now, again, you have discussed that this resistance of any object is directly proportional to its length and inversely proportional to its area of cross section. That's why we can say this R is directly proportional to L by A. If we remove this proportionality factor, then new constant will come that is known as rho. Now, this resistance is measured in the ohm, and in SI base unit, it is equal to kilogram meter square divided by second cube ampere square. And this resistance can be measured with the help of a Wheatstone bridge. You have discussed this about in your physics class. And in this case, this constant of proportionality that is known as the rho. This is a Greek word rho, and this is called resistivity. Previously, it was known as specific resistance, but nowadays it is known as resistivity. And its SI unit is ohm meter, which is represented as ohm meter. This is the symbol for ohm. And 1 ohm meter is equal to 100 ohm centimeter, or we can say 100 1 ohm centimeter is equal to 0.01 ohm meter. And if in this formula L is equal to 1 and A is also equal to 1, then we can say this rho is equal to R. From this, we can define the resistivity. Resistivity for a substance is its resistance when it is 1 meter long and its area of cross section is 1 meter square. I think these two terms are clear to you. What is resistance and what is resistivity and what are their units. Now, inverse of resistance is called conductance and it is represented by Z. So we can say Z is equal to 1 by R. And if we put the value of R, this, then we will get G is equal to A by rho L. And again, this is 1 by rho, that is inverse of resistivity, that is represented as a kappa, and this is called conductivity. We can say inverse of resistivity, that is 1 by rho, is called conductivity. Previously it was known as specific conductance, but nowadays it is known as conductivity, and it is represented by the symbol kappa, that is again Greek word. We can say kappa is equal to 1 by rho. SI unit of conductance is Siemens. Actually, this is the inverse of resistance. So we can say this is resistance is measured in the ohm. If we write reverse of ohm, then this will be ohm inverse, or this may also be written as MHO. And we can also write this is ohm inverse. And this ohm inverse is known as Siemens and its symbol is S. And from this we can say SI unit of conductivity is Siemens per meter, but generally it is expressed in Siemens per centimeter. Now again from this equation, from this G is equal to kappa A by L. If A is 1 and L is 1, then we can say G is equal to kappa. We can define the conductivity. Conductivity of a material in Siemens per meter is its conductance when it is 1 meter long and its area of cross section is 1 meter square. And again we find out the relationship between these two. 1 Siemens per centimeter is equal to 100 Siemens per meter. Okay. Now molar conductivity. This is represented by lambda m. Molar conductivity of an electrolyte solution is defined as its conductivity divided by its molar concentration. So we can say this lambda m is equal to kappa by C. If kappa is expressed in Siemens per meter and the concentration C in mole per meter cube, then the unit, we can say this is the SI unit of molar conductivity, Siemens meter square per mole. But generally, as we discussed, kappa is expressed in Siemens per centimeter. if concentration is in mole per liter, that is molarity, then we can write that is molar conductivity will be expressed in Siemens centimeter square per mole, and this is equal to kappa into 1000 divided by molarity in mole per liter. Generally, this is the formula generally which is used to calculate the molar conductivity. Okay. Now we can say 1 Siemens meter square per mole is equal to 10 to the power 4 Siemens centimeter square per mole. Now again, we can also define the molar conductivity in another way. Molar conductivity of a solution at a given concentration is the conductance of the volume V. Remember, conductance of the volume V of solution containing 1 mole of electrolyte kept between two electrodes with area of cross section A and distance of unit length. In simple way, we can say molar conductivity of a solution is equal to the conductance when V volume of its solution contains 1 mole of electrolyte. And mathematically we can write this is molar conductivity is equal to kappa A by L. And if this is L is equal to 1, that is unit length, L is unit length, and this A is equal to V, then we can say this is the volume containing 1 mole of electrolyte. Then we can say molar conductivity is equal to conductivity multiplied by volume. Now again, in the solid state we have discussed about the conductors. Conductors may be classified as on the basis of magnetic properties we have classified conductors, semiconductors and insulators. Now conductors further classified in the two categories depending on what is the source of conductivity or what is the source of conduction. Now in this way we can say electrical conductance through metals is called metallic or electronic conductance. If this conductance is in the metal, then this is known as the electronic conductance, and this is due to the moment of electrons. Is it clear? If electrical conductance through metal is called metallic or electronic conductance, and this is due to the moment of electron. Electronic conductance depends on the nature and structure of the metal, the number of valence electrons per atom, and temperature. We already discussed it decreases with increase of temperature. In another way, the conductance of electricity by ions present in the solutions is called electrolytic or ionic conductance. And this ionic conductance depends on nature of electrolyte added, size of the ions produced and their solvation, nature of the solvent and its viscosity, concentration of the electrolyte and temperature. Now again, this is reverse to the electronic conduction. It increases with the increase of temperature. Is it clear? Actually, when we increase the temperature, the force of attraction between the ions is decreased. That's why mobility will increase, and hence ionic conductance will increase when we increase the temperature. Now, after discussing these two, we can differentiate between these two, electronic conduction and electrolytic conduction. This is due to the flow of electron. This is due to the flow of ions. In this case, no chemical change is there, but in this case, chemical change is there. In this case, no transfer of matter. It involves the transfer of matter. It decreases with increase in temperature, and it increases with increase in temperature. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.